Hey guys, I get this question a lot. What do I do about that late night snacking feeling that just kind of kicks in every night? You may have that habit of, it's 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or later, and maybe the kids are in bed, or maybe you're just kind of settling down and man, you just grab that snack and start going for it. It might be a bag of chips, it might be a second dinner, who knows? It could be any number of things. What do we do about that? Because that adds a lot of extra food into our world that we probably don't need. And we may not even be hungry. So here's a couple of my thoughts around it. The first thing is that sometimes our brain confuses tiredness with hunger. It also does the same thing when we're thirsty. It confuses that with hunger. So when we're tired, like if we got a really bad night's sleep, or multiple days of bad sleep, we might actually find ourselves hungrier because our brain is like, I'm tired, but I'm hungry. I think I'm hungry, but I'm actually just tired. So just go to bed. That's one way to deal with that. But that's not the easiest way, because it may not be that you're tired. It may just be that you didn't eat enough throughout the day. And that's my second piece of advice, is make sure you eat all the food. I will become a broken record around that idea. We have to eat all the food. So when you're calculating your macronutrients, what you should eat every day, and be sure to download the most recent guide in the DadBod Challenge. It has the best nutrition macro calculator that I've ever found. It's great. Professionals use it. I'm giving it to you. You get to use it as well. Make sure you use that to calculate your macronutrients, knowing exactly how much food you should eat throughout the day, and make sure you hit those numbers. It doesn't matter what time you hit those numbers. If you eat all of the food that you should eat in a day by noon, it doesn't matter. Or if you backload the day, maybe you don't eat very much during the day and you eat most of it in the early evening or middle evening, that's fine too. And there's actually nothing wrong with eating at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. The thing we want to avoid is eating too much just before bed. If we eat too much just before bed, we tend to not get as good of sleep, and we want to make sure we have optimal sleep. So generally for me, I'm going to try to eat my breakfast mid-morning, lunch early afternoon. I actually eat 4 meals. I do another meal about 4 o'clock. I eat dinner 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I do normally have room for a little bit more food at around 9 o'clock because I get snacky and I want a bag of chips. Thankfully, I don't have bags of chips. I just make sure I don't even have them in the house. But I do grab myself a snack, and it's often something like celery with a little bit of peanut butter. I try to save enough of my macros that I can have something at that 9 o'clock hour when I'm just snacky. This is a habit, but this is how I'm working around it. It's celery with a little peanut butter, a handful of nuts, not bringing the entire can of nuts with me, not bringing the entire jar of peanut butter with me. I've planned for those macronutrients, and nuts and peanut butter are primarily fats. So I'm saving fats throughout the day so that I can have some of those at around 9 o'clock. If I've hit my macros at 6, 7 o'clock at night, I'm not snacking at 9 o'clock. I'm not having it. I'm just drinking a huge glass of water, maybe a little apple cider vinegar or a squeeze of lemon juice in there to help subside, help calm down my hunger, and I'm good for the day. Feel good. So get good sleep. Eat all the food according to your nutrition plan. And if those two aren't quite working as you test this out, save some of your macronutrients for 9 o'clock so that you can eat something at 9 o'clock. Maybe you can eat an extra apple or a couple of apples. It's okay. It's not the best, but if it fits within your macronutrients and you're not going over on your calories or on your macronutrients, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, you're fine. All right? If you have more questions, post them in the comments below. I'm always happy to help and to answer more questions for you. Enjoy the day, guys.